Good morning, good morning, good morning, man. It's been a long time. It's been a while, huh? Well, today's going to be a fun show. Obviously, I'll let you know what's been going on with me. I've been, dealing with a lot of stuff. Steven, my good friend, hope you're doing well. Well, obviously, not to make it about that, but losing one parent and the second one in a year. Good morning, rabbits. See the shirt? Look, waffles. But anyway, it's been busy over here. I've been doing a lot, trying to stay busy and, dealing with a lot of depression in a way, I guess you call it. Not like, hurt yourself depression, just dealing with a lot of reality, man. When you're used to taking care of somebody, rabbits, it's when it goes away, you're pretty much left with nothing. But I don't want to make today dreary, man. I'm blessed. My parents are together, and, like for me, there's other stuff going on. And to be honest, what's crazy though? I will say this. For me not even being here, when I was looking last night and I was going through YouTube and I seen some other channels, I was just like, all you have to do is just click on one of them or any of them, and it's the same thing. It's always a hate title. Nothing has changed. So I feel good. Yeah, what do I do now? But for me, it's like, I'm so glad that I'm away from all that. I don't have any nonsense. I don't want to be on panels of people fighting and arguing and going at each other, man. It's just the immaturity is ridiculous. Everything going on in the world. And, just to show you too, because I know a lot of people talk, but we are still on for Labor Day. I have still right here $100 in my Cash App, and there's going to be more for the homeless vets. But today's going to be a funny day, man. Today is something about funny facts that I'm sure you guys didn't know. Some of this stuff I didn't even know. But you know what? Today is a good day, and I want to see everybody have a blessed day. Even if you don't like me, I still pray for you. So one of the things that was crazy was, I don't know if you guys know, but let's go through it. So one of the facts I didn't know, it just came about and I'm learning right now, is here's a funny one. And I bet you didn't know this. Maybe you did. Friday is named after Frigg, Frigg, the Norse goddess of love and beauty, same root as Venus, the Roman goddess for whom Friday is named in many languages like Viernes in Spanish. It's crazy because who would think that Friday's named after Frigg, of a goddess? It's crazy. Another one. In Thailand, each day of the week is associated with the color. Friday is blue. They say Thursday is green. I don't know. Here goes another one. I think we all knew this one, though. Studies show that people smile more on Fridays than any other day of the week. It's called the Friday effect. I'm always smiling, even when things are bad. I have no other way to be. Productivity drops by 10% on Fridays, but creativity tends to rise. It's the weekend, man. I mean, productivity at your job, you're ready to get out of here, go home and start the weekend. Chill with the family, chill with your friends. Barbecue, people drink, they don't smoke, whatever you do, whatever your pleasure. Here's another one. A foodie fact. The weekend has arrived. The first TGI Fridays opened in 1965 in New York City as a singles bar, not a family restaurant. I didn't know that. So TGI Fridays was started as a singles bar, not as a family restaurant. So, well, I know this song. Maybe some of you don't, but the pop culture. There was a song that was out a couple years back of a girl, Rebecca Black, I think her name was, and she sang the song Friday. I didn't like the song, but it was catchy, and she went viral in 2011 and has over 165 million viewers. Whether you love it or hate it, it's a Friday legend. That's a song for Friday, though. Here goes one you guys are really like. Friday the 13th has inspired 12 movies, a TV series, and a fear called, here we go, Paraskevodiaphobia. Whatever that is, I don't know. Begins with a P, ends in an A. Here goes something funny. A group of flamingos is called flamboyance. Whatever better day to be flamboyant than Friday. I don't know too much about that. But I have some more over here too. Check this out. You ready? I didn't know this. Let's talk about science and nature. A single lightning bolt is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. What are you doing, girl? What are you doing? Shut my door, honey. Thank you. Just get my cat. Bananas are technically berries, but strawberries aren't due to how their seeds grow. Man, strawberry is not a berry. Something's not right here. Here we go. Shark Week. Sharks have been around longer than trees. About 50 million years longer, in fact. 50 million years longer than trees. So I guess they say everything did start in the ocean. There is enough DNA in your body to stretch from Earth to Pluto and back 17 times. Damn. I didn't know that. I knew this. Octopuses have 3 hearts, 2 for pumping blood to the gills and 1 to the body. That's awesome. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins, up to 40 minutes. A sloth, I never think I'd see a sloth holding his freaking breath. The smell of freshly cut grass is actually a plant distress signal. A plant's distress signal. Wow. A cockroach can survive for a week without its head. It dies only because it can't drink water. There's a lot of cockroaches on YouTube. Let's get to some history and culture. Seth is a history buff. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the moon landing than to the building of the Great Pyramid. Wow. Well, yeah, obviously, if you're a history buff, you know times and dates. Napoleon was once attacked by hundreds of bunnies in a botched hunting party. Come on, man. You just didn't know that. Who the hell knew that Napoleon was hunted down by a friggin' bunnies? 40 bunnies. I love my shirt, man. Look at this. The cheeseburger. Yeah, I'm getting back in shape, too. Yeah, I lost some weight, man. I'm down like 20-some pounds. I feel good. God is good. Whatever your life is, whatever throws at you bad, man, I don't care. You don't have to run on YouTube and cry for a pity party. Just pull yourself together and think, what would your parents or your elders have done? You take it in stride and you deal with it. And you keep yourself around good people. That's the key to getting over depression. Straight up. The Eiffel Tower grows about 6 inches taller in the summer due to heat expansion. Wow, I didn't know that. So the Eiffel Tower in the summer is 6 inches taller. So if you take a picture next to it in the summer, you're going to look smaller. Albert Einstein was offered the presidency of Israel, but turned it down. I never knew that. I've heard it, but I never knew it. Genius Cup, yeah. Natalia, go downstairs. Escape fire. I know, right? Steven, I hope you're doing good, my good friend. You're a real loyal person, man. I appreciate you. Rabbits, too. I appreciate you, too. I understand I'm not on here every day, man. I understand that, consistency is the key, but I really want to take time and just say thanks to everybody who's standing with me. I'm not going anywhere. I just, some people deal with things different, man. I don't crawl under a rock. I don't want to be on here bitching every day. If I'm not feeling right, I just avoid it. I deal with other things and I just keep it moving. Because how can I be here productive and be a positive person and sitting here and not being able to deal with my own stuff? I can't give advice if I can't take it, right? That's the first thing in life. Too many people give advice, but they don't take it. Not even their own. They don't take anybody's constructive criticism. Albert Einstein, we know that one. Oxford University is older than the what? Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. Wow. It was teaching students in 1096. I didn't know that. Ancient Egyptian servants were smeared with honey to attract flies away from the pharaohs. Yeah, I know that. Isn't that crazy? Put honeys on you. No, I know. I've seen some people I just see cry the whole time, man. They just get too caught up. And to me, it just sucks because if I'm feeling upset or I'm in a bad situation, I don't want people saying, oh, well, he looks depressed. And then they start thinking about their depression and stress and try to be uplifting. But everybody does have to mourn in their own special way. You know, other people's parents, there's a lot of people's parents have been dying and people's family members and shit. And, people say, what do you say to that? I'd say, well, if you're a good person and you treat people right, then you'll get the respect you need. But if you're a scumbag, you're going to get treated the way you deserve. I love what I have here, and I love the little family we built. And come September, man, when the kids go back to school and I have a little bit of time on my hands, this channel is going to be a whole, I've been doing stuff now, not even being on here. I've been, learning the camera, learning how to I've been learning ChatGPT, the AI stuff, learning a lot of information to go forward and to build this channel into what it should be. Not because I think I'm better than anybody, because I'm not, but if I can get you people, over 4,000 people, to stay with me in Laurel, which my hat goes off. Thank you so much to everybody. And still stand by me and know everything I'm going through and still understand, I realize too that you can't wait too much longer. So by September, there's going to be a whole different format here. It's actually, the channel is Code TV. It's not Code of the Street anymore. Really Code TV. And I just want to make people smile, man. I want people to, maybe I will be getting more in depth in conversations and, things I've been up against and other people. But the main thing is about, I was just telling somebody earlier, like, when you live a life that I lived, there's three things that happen when you're in the street. And I condemn the street: jail, getting shot, or death. Two of them already happened to me. I've been out of the street a long time, but, when I see the internet with all these fake tough guys, and I see the internet with people getting views and content for people just lying and talking shit, or all these people that informed and have, they still, like, whether they inform whatever they did, that's their business, but to still glorify certain things, man, is just ridiculous to me. But one thing I understand is that you can't control other people. And to be honest, I don't care. All I could do is give the best content, whether people like it or not, that's everybody's opinion. But to give you something to where you can't say, oh, well, Code was up there disrespecting people and attacking families, that's never going to be me. That's something I won't do. And even the people that attack me, I never attack them back, because it's no reason to do that. For what? The internet? Like, people have to get a little bit tougher. The skin's got to get thicker to be on this internet. But, for me going forward, I think everybody should put a positive message out. Because even if you're negative and you're getting views and going, look at all the people that's on the internet that's negative, fighting every day. I mean, I just saw like 3 people yesterday that's, getting locked up, and it's turned into real life stuff, and people having real life issues after this. For what? If you have to tell somebody you're a tough guy, you're not a tough guy. If you have to explain to somebody how bad your street guy status was, you never been a street guy. I could have started this channel talking about the people I've been around, what I grew up around, and the situations I was in. But that would be, betraying people's trust, because to me, do this thing from the, what's up, brother? I'm doing good. I'm just talking about that Hardwire. That's a good dude too, man. That's a good brother right there. Look, I haven't even been on my bike yet, man. Well, one time, but I haven't even been out there like that because I've been dealing with so much other things. But, losing my parents, definitely. If you want to know, yeah, it hit me, man. like a ton of bricks, especially my dad. That was hard. It's still hard. I still hear his name calling me, but yeah, that's exactly it, Steven. You're right on the money. Frig the streets. And look, let me reiterate something that I said a long time, especially while Hardwire's here. When I said before I never joined the club because of, I didn't mean it that I didn't join a club because I don't like guys in there. I think guys who do that are weak. That's not what I'm saying. In my area, what I've seen with these clubs around here is the brotherhoods, it's not there, man. It's not what they claim to be. I can only say that and I've been around it a long time. And to be honest, I've always been accepted as if these guys always treated me like one. Never been treated well. That's for different shit. But maybe a couple times I was treated with disrespect. But, I respect everybody who's in that life. And I have a lot of friendships with people in that life. So to me, I just mean I do my own thing. And I never claimed to want to do that. I wore independent on a cut because if you think wearing independent on a cut is easy going around and you're running up against other clubs and you're by yourself late night, because I go everywhere solo. No. That's a hard time, man. Many times I've been questioned. Many times I've been asked. But, I don't disrespect people. So, I put my faith in God. But I never wanted to do that on here. I could have made this whole show about, what's it like being around a 1% club as an independent. The whole content could have been that, but so many people trusted me, and just like I tell Sessa all the time, Sessa could do a show right now and tell his whole life. I could do a show and tell his life. I would never do that, but, like Steven just said, for me, it's, as a man, yes, thank you, Hardwire. I really appreciate that. Yes, man, and it's a shame because, like I said before, and I'll say it one last time, I know like 5 guys right now who were involved with clubs. One guy I know, I'm 10. When I was 10, I met him, so he would have 40 years in, and now he's so-called out bad, and all he did was when he came back, he took a hiatus, came back, and he had everybody around him, man, and people were gravitating, and the higher-ups didn't like that, and there's a lot of jealousy in clubs too, man. But the one thing I've known is there's a lot of good dudes in clubs, man. Like you find different relationships that, you know what I mean? Yeah, damn straight. Well, that's the thing, Hardwire. That's why I don't like to hear people bitch who, dude I know just left the club because he's not riding his Harley. And he's like, man, you believe the way they treat me? I'm like, bro, you're not riding your Harley. What are you doing? But anyway, let me get back to this because I do have a couple more facts for you. Let's see, where we at? All right, here we go. Human body, ready? You shed about 600,000 skin cells every hour, totaling 1.5 pounds a year. Wow. Isn't that crazy? I didn't know that. Your stomach gets a new lining every few days to avoid digesting itself. Damn, who knew that? I didn't know that. Humans emit a small amount of natural bioluminescence, but it's too faint to see. Can barely even say that word. Your nose can identify over 50,000 different scents. Well, how come some of these people that smell like ass and shit can't smell themselves? And I'm not talking about the homeless. Look at Steven said, ew. On average, a person walks the equivalent of 5 times around the earth in a lifetime. Wow. Could you imagine? You can't breathe and swallow at the same time. It's physically impossible. Yeah, that's true. Let's try it. Give me some of my tea. I just breathe and swallow. I don't know. There's enough iron in your body to forge a small nail. Wow. That's cool. Your heart rate syncs up with the rhythm of music you listen to. Wow. That's something I didn't know. See, to all you people that's miserable and don't listen to music, Just put a friggin' song on and get your heart going. There are many sense, just bad ones. Just like cigarettes, you get used to a smoke. Yeah, that's true. I think after COVID, though, I had the COVID shot, the Johnson & Johnson. I've been messed up since that. People are slightly taller in the morning due to a spinal decompression overnight. Wow. Yawning actually helps cool down your brain like natural air conditioner. Wow, I didn't know that. I'm going to start yawning more. Hold on. Animals. Let's get to this. You ready? Cows form close bonds and get stressed when separated from the best friends. Wow. There's a lot of people get stressed when they leave their friends. A group of flamingos is called I already did this one. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Weird but true. You can't hum while holding your nose. Wow. I tried it. In a town in Norway, it's illegal to die due to a frozen ground preventing burial. It's illegal to die due to frozen ground preventing burial. In a town in Norway, you can't die because the ground's frozen. So you got to wait till it defrosts. Here we go. It's for all your kids. Tell your kids this and grandkids. The man who invented Pringles is buried in one of his cans. I never knew that. I know that now. Could you imagine being buried in a can? She said it's true. Bummer. This is great. You guys are great, man. I don't care if there's 3 people. You guys are great, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Here we go. The world record for hiccups is 68 years. Held by Charles Osborne. What? He's doing hiccups for 68 years straight? I don't know about that. You're more likely to be bitten by a New Yorker than a shark. Who don't know that? New Yorker, man, they're wild over there. Everything's so fast. The traffic is horrible. Try riding a Harley in New York City. A certain type of fungus turns ants into zombies to spread its spores. Wow. There's a lot of bad fungus on YouTube that spreads bad too. Here we go. Uranus spins on its side and has a day that lasts only 17 Earth hours. For all you science freaks. Wearing headphones for an hour increases ear bacteria by 700%. There you go. That's a good one. I didn't know that. Wearing headphones for an hour increases ear bacteria by 700%. So after you take them headphones out, you better clean them ears. You produce enough saliva in your lifetime to fill a swimming pool. 2 swimming pools. I could make a comment like right now, but I won't because I don't want to be disrespectful. Bang your head against a wall can burn 150 calories an hour, but it's not recommended. All you people want to get in shape, bang your head against the wall. Let's get back to trees. Trees can talk. They talk to each other through underground fungal networks. What network you on? Verizon, AT&T? No, I'm on fungal network. The Earth's core is as hot as the surface of the sun. Wow. About 10,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I do believe this. Rain has a smell caused by a compound called petrichor. Petric. Petrichor, whatever. Here we go. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen. And what they're doing to that rainforest is disgusting. They better stop and leave it alone. The tallest tree in the world is a coast redwood named Hyperion. Hyperion, whatever. Over 379 feet tall. Could you imagine? Snow can be pink due to an algae growth. It's called watermelon snow. I've never seen that. Butterflies can taste with their feet, man. I've never heard that. Have you heard that? Never. Wrong, so wrong. This does this big. He said, "Oh, wait." It does, bro. That's funny. Butterflies can taste with their feet. Bamboo grows incredibly fast, up to 35 inches in a single day. Bamboo's nasty, man. We have that around here, and they can't get rid of it. The Sahara Desert was once a lush, a green savanna. What? I've heard that, but I've never seen it. Could you imagine the Sahara Desert with all that sand was a green savanna? I mean, I guess so. Look at Atlantis underwater. Things happen, man. It's one thing. You know, nature, God, you can't compete with that. Some plants can count and remember. For example, the Venus flytrap knows to shut only after multiple touches. Here we go. This is a good one. The Leaning Tower of Pisa took nearly 200 years to build and started leaning before it was finished. Yeah, I know that. 200 years, man. Could you imagine with a budget like that? In 1800s, dents were often made from teeth and dead soldiers. Yeah, and dead wood. I never seen it. Spider rain. Yeah, I should look that up. Damn, in the middle of the desert. Could you imagine? Queen Elizabeth II was trained a mechanic in World War II. I already knew that. The Great Fire of London in 1666 destroyed most of the city, but only killed 6 people. Thank God. Beethoven could still comprise music even after going completely deaf. Man, that's, I read about that. The first computer programmer was a woman, Ada Lovelace, in the 1800s. Could you imagine? See, women don't get enough credit. Ancient Romans used powdered mouse brains as toothpaste. What? Powdered mouse brains? Yo, you guys can have the powdered mouse brains. I don't want none of that. The shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar. It lasted 38 minutes. In medieval times, animals could be put on trial and even executed. They should put some of these animals on YouTube on trial. The Olympics used to include art competitions alongside sports. I think it's great what they're doing with the kids with the fitness competition, man, in schools again, trying to get kids healthy. You don't have to like the president, man, but like that, because these kids, they don't do nothing, man. They don't have to go to gym. They sit in their class. They eat. They don't stay active. They don't play sports no more. They're confined to the computer. We got to get our kids healthy again. How about this? The acid in your stomach is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. Isn't that crazy? Babies have more bones than adults, about 300, which later fused to 206. You didn't know that? Because I didn't. Maybe you did. Blushing is caused by dilation of the blood vessels. And your stomach blushes too. I don't know nothing about that. I knew this, though. The average brain generates 20 watts of power, enough to power a light bulb. So if your light goes out, hook some wires up to your brain and a light bulb, and you'll never be without light. We blink 20 times per minute. That's over 28,000 times a day. That's a lot. Goosebumps are a reflex from when humans had more body hair. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I knew this. Your liver can generate itself even if it's 75% removed. That's awesome. Every person has a unique tongue print, just like fingerprints. Fingernails grow faster than toenails, especially on your dominant hand. The human eye can distinguish about 10 million different colors. 10 million different colors. Oh, track and field. That's what's up. Good. I didn't know that about the baby's bones either. They had 300 bones. Well, now we do. See, this could be educational, this show. Oh, look at this. Bananas are radioactive due to their potassium content. The dot over the lower class I and J is called a title. Okay. Hardwire should know this one. A single spaghetti noodle is called a spaghetto. There's a basketball court on top of the floor of the U.S. Supreme Court. It's nicknamed the highest court in the land. That's a good one. So the highest court in the land is not the Supreme Court. It's the basketball court on top of the Supreme Court. The inventor of the microwave got an idea after a chocolate bar melted in his pocket. Interesting. Some turtles can breathe through their butts. It helps them to stay underwater longer. I can't wrap my head around that one. Bubble wrap was originally invented as wallpaper. I do know that because a lot of that shit that comes from Timo, whatever it's called, all that plastic that they sell, like wall coverings, it's all bubble wrap with a print on top. Some turtles can, we've seen that. But a cloud can weigh over 1 million pounds. What? I didn't know it was that heavy. 1 million pounds of cloud. Crazy. Humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas. What? We're like a banana. The name Google is a misspelling of Google, Googol, which means I followed by 100 zeros. That's what it says. Man, that's crazy. A lot of good, important facts in there, man. Said Jose. Let me see. Was that Hoosie? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do another of that. Kingston was supposed to come on today, and we were gonna do something. And then we were gonna do you said it was okay. Hershey chocolate journey became with an inspiration from the 1893 World Columbian Expedition, where he saw German chocolate making machinery. He bought the equipment and started experimenting with chocolate production at his Lancaster Caramel Company. In 1894, he established the Hershey Chocolate Company as a subsidiary. Initially, he produced various bite-sized chocolates, and other confections. Later, he focused on developing an affordable milk chocolate recipe, which led to the introduction of Hershey milk chocolate in 1900. He then built a massive chocolate factory in Derry Township, Pennsylvania, and began mass producing his milk chocolate, eventually transforming the town into Hershey, PA. Yeah, we need a good Trivial Pursuit, man. For real, that'd be good. Maybe tomorrow night, man, we'll do something if I can. I want to try to start coming in on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Once September comes, man, I'll have a lot more leeway, you know. What else did I want to tell you guys? The one thing I want to tell you guys is that, it's cool to have you guys support me and stay around and everything I've been through, man. I've had nothing but support, emails, people reaching out, some people I don't even talk to that reach out and, send condolences and ask if I'm all right. Like, that means a lot to me, man. I don't know. We used to play that, but Steven, I don't know what happened, man. Everybody left me. And it's cool because I don't have any ill will towards anybody. I don't have any beef with nobody. I realize that it's better that way because, one thing I don't want to do is get caught up in the bull crap and the drama. And there's a lot of that on this internet. And it's easy to get caught up in that shit. So to me, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, man. And, I do my shirts. They do okay. I mean, it's hard for me to navigate through certain times, but I'm learning this, as we go along. Rome wasn't built in a day, and getting over the loss of your parents is not in a day either. But it's just you got to keep going, man. You can't stop. You just have to do it when you can at your discretion. I'm doing the best I can, and with you guys by my side, man, it means a lot because in September there's a whole different format for this show. I got people that I didn't even bring on yet to interview. I got things lined up that, like one thing I have learned since I've been taking this little hiatus is I've been watching what's going on and watching what a good channel could be about and how to grow your channel the right way and what to do. And, the number one thing is consistency. And, if you're not doing that, like it's with me, you got to accept people to not come around and not show up. And that's nobody's fault but my own. But the good thing is that when you don't give up, right? Like my avatar. When you don't give up and you believe that, you fight through anything, man. And sooner or later, everything comes back. You just need it. And the thing is that I would never want it. Tons of people in this chat, and it's bullcrap or drama. I don't want that either. So for me, it's like I know what I have to do, and I thank all you for supporting me, man. And Mike Ball's coming up next. I know that. That's a great dude, great show, man. Very good dude. Go support him. Check him out. Hit that like, subscribe button, share, whatever you want to do. And just know that I'm not going anywhere. Sometimes things happen, man. But I'll be back on Monday morning. I might come back tomorrow night, see what happens. But I think that's what I'll do, man. I'll set up next week. And we'll set up a game night. Hardwire, if you want, man, we can do it together, And we could just, use all kinds of topics, whatever you want to do, and come together and have a little game and enjoy each other, man, But at the end of the day, don't forget, hot waffles to go. Hot waffles to go. But no, seriously, I appreciate you all. I'm praying for everybody. I appreciate the support. Steven, thanks for coming by. Hardwire, man, rabbits, it means a lot. It really does, man. I appreciate you guys. Steven's a good friend. Really been a little person, and I really appreciate the friendship. It means a lot. But hit that button, man, if you want that like button. This is FACT Friday, man. We're over and out. But I will say another thing. Stay blessed, not stressed. Let God handle the rest, and be the best version of yourself and treat people with respect, man. Because, you could be on here running your mouth, but you're not going to never be respected. The people who get respected are the people who, what was that old saying back in the day, man? Bad guys move in silence. I mean, meaning like, the so-called persona of a tough guy, or like, so-called street guy that's, people don't talk and they don't. That's the era I come from. There's certain things that should be on this internet and certain things that can't. For me, I'm always going to be in a positive lane, and I appreciate the support, and I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm glad I was able to come up here, man. This feels good. This is actually therapy, I guess. So everybody hit that like button, man. Go check out Mike Ball. He's on 11 o'clock. Check him out. Go show your support for him, and I'll be back on Monday or maybe tomorrow night. I really appreciate you guys, man. God bless. And exactly. You too, Steven, my good friend. God bless you guys and your families. Have a great weekend.